Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the moments when actors grabbed our attention with their dance skills and let us know they had the moves.
Or do you feel unequal to the task?
No, on the contrary, Don Alejandro. I think only of your distaste for perspiration.
Number 30, Tom Hiddleston, the Met Gala 2016.
Maybe you two could sing. Could we dance?
Let's dance.
This would be
Yep, Loki can dance. Tom Hiddleston came to the world's attention as the aforementioned God of Mischief in 2011's Thor, and has continued to rock the character in movies and television shows ever since.
Loki, this is madness.
Is it madness? Is it? Is it?
So where does the dancing come in, you ask? Well, you might remember that back in 2016, Hiddleston had a brief romantic relationship with one Taylor Swift. And that year, they were also each other's +1 at the prestigious Met Gala, which is where this video of them burning up the dance floor was taken. A couple of years later, Hiddleston proved the Met Gala was not a fluke and showed off even more moves on the Alan Carr Chatty Man show. Number 29, Salma Hayek, From Dusk Till Dawn.
Bow your head, kneel, and worship at the feet of Santanico Pandemonium!
In 1997, Salma Hayek grabbed Matthew Perry's attention with her solo salsa dancing in the kitchen, but it was in the previous year that she let us all know she could dance. The movie was From Dusk Till Dawn, and the scene is Hayek's now iconic slow groove with a large albino Burmese python.
Her eyes, a distant firelight, burns bright, wondering why it's only after dawn.
Hayek, who had a very strong fear of snakes at the time, had to literally be put into a hypnotic trance in order to film the scene. However, while she might not remember filming it, none of us will ever forget watching it. Number 28, Jennifer Garner, 13 Going on 30.
Maybe if somebody played something other than this, something with a melody.
Honey, play whatever you want to. All I know is for those people who don't start dancing really, really soon, here's to early retirement.
As any child of the 80s will tell you, the Thriller song and that music video were a large part of their lives. And if they're being honest, they will surely admit to having practiced that dance in their rooms on multiple occasions. So, to see Jennifer Garner bust it out so wonderfully in this scene from 13 Going on 30 was a definite eye-opener as to her dancing talents. Okay, so she's no Michael Jackson, but Garner proved that she has some pretty stellar moves of her own. Number 27, Jon Heder, Napoleon Dynamite.
Why are you so sweaty?
I've been practicing.
Practicing what?
Some dance moves.
Given that Napoleon Dynamite was Jon Heder's first feature film role, it was really his first chance to show the world he could dance. And he took that opportunity and danced with it.
I used to worry about the future, but then I threw my caution to the wind.
The dance scene was actually put into the film because Jared and Jerusha Hess knew that Heder liked to boogie. The climactic scene was one of the last things they shot, and they were running out of film rolls and cash. Heder was quoted as saying it was a lot of pressure, and he improvised most of what we see on film. But to say he nailed it would be an understatement. Number 26, Daniel Craig, Belvedere Vodka Commercial. Many people usually like to dance after consuming a little alcohol. But for Daniel Craig in this awesome extended commercial, he dances his way to the alcohol.
I can't help myself when that guy comes around. Yeah, I'm saying it's the lips, it's the eyes when you hold me tight. Up in my head every day, need it every night.
What starts off like a quiet black and white ad for perfume soon turns into an almost 2-minute solo dance extravaganza featuring Daniel Craig and his groovy adventures to an eventual glass of vodka.
Baby, come put your moves on me. Put your loving on me.
Finally.
Yep, that's about what our reaction was to seeing him dance his way through the ad. We're not sure what to call his moves other than fabulous.
Keep it going, boy.
Midnight.
Number 25, Colin Farrell, The Ellen DeGeneres Show.
Peach, I have no idea what this is.
I really don't either, but I kind of do, but I hate that I do.
All right.
So you start off with your heel out there. All right, so you start with your heel out there, back in.
Of all the things you might have guessed that Colin Farrell was into when he was a teenager, we're gonna bet that line dancing was not one of them. But not only was Farrell into it, he was also part of a line dancing troupe called Step in Line, and he also taught it.
I think I was getting £750 a week for driving around in a little minivan with a bunch of people with CMT, country music television jackets on. I'd wear a choker, cut-off sleeves, and a Stetson hat, and then I did it until I couldn't look at myself in the mirror any longer.
All this was before he was famous, though. So when he visited the Ellen DeGeneres Show back over a decade ago, the audience was not prepared for what they witnessed, which was Farrell teaching Ellen and a few fans how to line dance.
All right.
From the top.
All right, you've got to do it too.
So from the top, go on, all right, from the top, all right, from the top. So right out, right, there. Then 1, 2, 3, clap, go on.
Number 24, Alfonso Ribeiro, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Oh, really?
In your face.
We guess it's possible that some of you weren't aware of Alfonso Ribeiro's dancing abilities until you saw him win season 19 of Dancing with the Stars. However, for the rest of us, our appreciation of Ribeiro's ability to bust a move goes back to the 1990s and The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Of course, we are talking about the Carlton.
But when I see you hanging about with anyone, it's not unusual to see me cry.
The arm and hip swinging move that Ribeiro made so popular has been colloquially named after him, and with good reason. And it had the Dancing with the Stars audience screaming with nostalgic glee when he broke it out during one of his routines.
You want to be sad with anyone, but if I ever find that you've changed at any time, it's not unusual to find that I'm in love with you.
Number 23, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, 500 Days of Summer. Years before Joseph Gordon-Levitt mesmerized the crowd on Lip Sync Battle, he had already shown us he was part of the Rhythm Nation, as far as his ability to move was concerned. In the great 2009 rom-com 500 Days of Summer, JGL, in a moment of total relationship ecstasy, breaks into a dance as a flash mob of boogie forms around him. For those of us who were desperate to see him bust a move one more time, Gordon-Levitt made all our dreams come true when he did his Janet Jackson on the aforementioned lip sync battle in 2015. Number 22, Stephanie Beatriz, In the Heights.
My mom is Dominican Cuban, my dad is from Chile and PR, which means I'm Chile, Dominic, Rican. But I always say I'm from Queens.
Stephanie Beatriz got her big TV break when she began her run as Rosa Diaz on Brooklyn Nine-Nine in 2013. And as far as dancing goes, she did show off a few ballet moves in one episode, to the not totally disapproving words of her former instructor.
No way. Which gave me the physical skills I need to strangle you with my feet. Now scram.
However, while she gave us a hint of her abilities in that scene, it was when 2021 came around that she got to really show off her moves.
She was constantly writing me about my posture and my technique and my pink hair.
Pink hair?
Never speak of that.
Copy.
In the movie In the Heights, Beatrice, as Carla, sings and dances her way through a number of scenes. Even Rosa's former dance teacher would be proud.
Well, that wasn't terrible.
See, Sarge? Tough love works.
Number 21, Steve Martin, Steve Martin's best show ever.
It's a little.
Dance?
Yeah.
How long you been dancing?
Oh, about 8 months.
8 months.
How long you been dancing?
About 33 years. You want to do something together?
If you got the guts.
While audiences had seen Steve Martin shake his stuff as one of the wild and crazy guys, those moves were all exaggerated and played for laughs. So the idea that he could legit dance might have still been up for debate among folks. That debate was put to rest when Steve Martin's Best Show Ever special aired in 1981.
Over the tops. One more.
Not only did Martin show off some impressive tap dancing skills, but he did it alongside Gregory Hines, one of the greatest of all time. And dare we say it, Martin held his own. Number 20, Paul Rudd, I Could Never Be Your Woman. For decades, people have been trying to figure out what it would take to woo Michelle Pfeiffer. It turns out the answer is an enthusiastic dance montage. Well, at least that's what seems to work on her character in 2007's I Could Never Be Your Woman. As she stands off to the side, Paul Rudd breaks out all his moves for a dance-style melange that many probably didn't think he was capable of.
I got a question. I need to ask somebody. Why is it that when y'all see me at the party, y'all be looking like we a movie star? You ain't supposed to be out on the floor with everybody.
From country line to breakdancing, Rudd does it all. And although it's played for laughs, you can tell he's got some rhythm in those bones.
Hey, it's Friday night. I gotta bring my A game.
A rhythm he showed off for Jon Stewart as well. Number 19, Antonio Banderas, Evita. Depending on your age and movie watching history, when you found out Antonio Banderas could dance might differ slightly from other folks. The Spanish actor has shown off his abilities on the dance floor on multiple occasions, including The Mask of Zorro and Take the Lead. But before he was seducing Catherine Zeta-Jones and tangoing with Katia Virtulis, Banderas was waltzing with Madonna in the 1996 musical Evita.
Tell me before I waltz out of your life, before turning my back on the past. Forgive my impertinent behavior.
Banderas isn't a trained dancer, and as he once said, quote, "It's a myth that everyone from Spain knows how to dance." Well, it might be a myth, but it's one that he has lived up to on multiple occasions. Number 18, Bradley Cooper, Silver Linings Playbook. In 2018's A Star is Born, Bradley Cooper showed us he can sing, but it was earlier in the decade that we found out he can also dance.
Don't you worry about a thing. Don't you worry about a thing, mama.
It started with the awesome dance competition scene in Silver Linings Playbook. Although his and Jennifer Lawrence's characters only score a 5 out of 10 for their routine, they won all of our hearts with their spirited original choreography. The following year, in 2013, we learned that his playbook moves were not a fluke, as he boogied down to Donna Summer in American Hustle. Number 17, Richard Gere, Chicago. In the early 80s, Richard Gere showed us that he could literally sweep love interests off their feet, or at least lift them off and carry them away. But it wasn't until much later in his career that we learned he could move his feet with a surprising amount of grace and rhythm.
Amos accused me of having an affair, so I told him that the charge was erroneous.
The moment that made Gere a dancer came in the 2002 musical Chicago. The dancing abilities of many of the film stars caught people off guard, but none more so than Gere when he broke out his tap shoes for a solo dance number.
That's enough, Mr. Flynn!
I agree, Your Honor. It is enough. The defense rests.
And we have to imagine that it was his performance in this film that landed him a role in Shall We Dance a couple of years later. Number 16. Donald Faison, Scrubs. Being a great dancer and a great improviser do not necessarily have anything to do with each other, but sometimes the two come together to create one perfect moment.
Yeah, Spider-Man and Freeze in full effect. You ready, Ron? I'm ready. You ready, Dave?
I'm ready, Slick, are you?
And that's what happened on the Season 5 episode of Scrubs, My Half Acre. As Donald Faison confirmed on his podcast with Zach Braff, Fake Doctors, Real Friends, that now iconic dance he does to Belle Biv DeVoe's Poison, that was all improvised on the spot.
I don't know what it is, but he's got it.
And all done on the first take as well. So for all of you who only know it as the default Fortnite dance, know that they took it from Faison's performance.
He's so damn talented.
Number 15. Patrick Swayze, Dirty Dancing. While it might have been a surprise to fans when they saw Patrick Swayze's performance in Dirty Dancing, it certainly wasn't a surprise to his family and friends. Swayze's mother Patsy was a dancer, choreographer, and dance instructor. Naturally, Patrick had studied dance from a young age, taking it so far as to even move to New York in the 70s to finish his formal training. So, while Dirty Dancing was when we all found out he was a dancer, for Swayze, the film was just his first opportunity to really show the population at large one of the things he'd been training for his whole life.
And remember, you're the one thing I can't get enough of.
Number 14. Ryan Gosling, La La Land. For those paying attention, Ryan Gosling's dancing abilities have been on full display since he was a kid. Whether it's one of the many stage shows you can now find videos of online, or even back in his Mickey Mouse Club days, Gosling has been moving and grooving. However, since he exploded onto our movie screens, dancing wasn't one of his talents most of us were aware of. That is until 2016's Best Picture winning, Best Picture nominated La La Land. Now we all know that Ryan Gosling is a great dancer. Number 13. Charlize Theron, The Astronaut's Wife. When Charlize Theron hosted Saturday Night Live in 2014, she confirmed to the world that she cannot sing.
But then I started noticing during rehearsals that the part where I sang kept getting smaller and smaller. And no one was ever like, you know what, you can't really sing, or anything like that.
Well, at least there's one thing this beautiful and talented woman can't do, because we all know she can act like a champ, and we've also seen that she can dance. The year before her SNL confession, we saw her waltz around the Oscar stage with Channing Tatum while Seth MacFarlane sang a song. But over a decade before that, just a few years into her film career, Theron gave us a taste of her moves in a solo dance around the house in The Astronaut's Wife.
Oh my God!
And 20 years later, she gave the world a taste of her tango in Long Shot. Number 12. Channing Tatum, Step Up. And speaking of Charlize Theron's Oscar dance partner, before he was a famous movie star, Channing Tatum was known for his abilities on the dance floor.
If my train goes off the track, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Back on the song, crispy and clean.
Well, actually, it was more of a stage, and the dancing also involved the removal of his clothes as an exotic dancer. A skill and life experience he would put to direct use years later in Steven Soderbergh's great 2012 film Magic Mike. However, It was 6 years prior that his moves were first put on display up on the silver screen in Step Up. Tatum grooves all over the movie, showing off his ability to both freestyle and work with choreography. Number 11. Jenna Ortega, Wednesday. Jenna Ortega's unusual and intense dance as Wednesday Addams brilliantly showed the many facets of her creepy character.
Yeah, I cruise through the city and I roam the streets.
Although not formally trained, Ortega came up with all of the moves herself.
I'm the night-head hunter looking for some head. With a way-out body underneath that head.
She based her research on actors, singers, and dancers from the past, including Suzy Sue, Bob Fosse, goth kids in the 80s, and the first Wednesday, Lisa Loring. Her character's blank face and laser-intense focus really put the emphasis on the clean, graceful moves.
I'm a teenage tiger
The creepy, kooky routine is so much fun that it has since inspired many TikTok recreations, including one from Lady Gaga. Number 10. Penelope Cruz, Noelle. Since making her film debut in the early 90s, Penelope Cruz has always filled the screen with beauty and glamour, to go along with her huge talent as an actor.
I can't be late.
But in 2004's Noelle, she filled the screen with her sultry and seductive salsa dance moves in an attempt to draw Paul Walker into her arms. And it worked. The film itself didn't perform very well at the box office, but those who did pay to see it certainly got their money's worth as far as Cruz's dancing is concerned. Number 9. Hugh Jackman, The Greatest Showman. For many years, Hugh Jackman was best known as the tough mutant fighter Wolverine.
What kind of a name is Wolverine?
My name's Logan.
Nobody expected the blade-handed hero to also have dancing feet. Before X-Men launched him to stardom, Jackman spent much of his early career singing and dancing on stage. He showed off his skills at the occasional award show, including a number from his starring role in Broadway's The Boy from Oz. Despite that, many of his fans were stunned when he sashayed onto the screen as P.T. Barnum in the dazzling film musical The Greatest Showman. His leading man moves in this romantic musical are truly the greatest show. Number 8. Kate Hudson, 9. Few people knew that Kate Hudson was a spectacular dancer until she took to the runway in the film musical 9.
His unique director's vision, his angles wide and tight, each moment feels so right. Defines Italian style by only his decision.
As the Vogue fashion journalist Stephanie, Hudson performs the stylish number Cinema Italiano. The dazzling black and white sequence has a music video vibe, and Hudson is the star. She makes the high-energy moves look stylishly simple as she takes over the screen. Just a few years later, Hudson would continue to show off her dance skills in the hit TV series Glee.
And dance again.
As dance instructor Cassandra July, her choreography continued to exude confidence and glamour. And let's not forget about her pushing it in 2011's Something Borrowed. Number 7. Christian Bale, Newsies. Christian Bale is an actor usually associated with grim characters and dramatic performances. However, this former Batman has a film history sprinkled with serious shuffling skills. Bale first donned his dancing shoes for the silver screen while playing a teenage newsboy in the Disney musical Newsies. Next, his nimble feet were spotlighted in the 1993 drama Swing Kids. in later years, Bale would sneak the occasional dance moves into roles like serial killer Patrick Bateman in American Psycho. Taika Waititi even seriously considered giving Gore the God Butcher a celebratory dance sequence in Thor: Love and Thunder. Sadly, the Butcher boogie bops didn't make it into the film schedule.
Taika and I were sending inspirational videos back and forth, hoping that we would find half a day to shoot it. It would have been one of the most bizarre things ever.
Number 6. Amy Adams, Enchanted. Although Amy Adams started her career as a dancer, she didn't get to really showcase her skills on screen until she became a princess.
Come, my little friends, as we all sing a happy little working song. Merry little voices, clear and strong. Come and roll your sleeves up, so to speak, and pitch in.
As Giselle in Enchanted, Adams' dance background can be seen in each graceful arm gesture. She fully embraces musical theater as she frolics about in Happy Working Song and twirls through Central Park and That's How You Know.
That's how you know. That's how you know. That's how you know.
It's in the final ballroom dance, however, where Adams' grace gets to shine. As she and Patrick Dempsey float across the ballroom, her inner ballerina truly comes to life. Number 5. Sam Rockwell, Charlie's Angels. Throughout his film career, Sam Rockwell's never been shy about cutting a rug. He loves to throw in a few well-placed dance moves to enhance his characters. It is a frequent enough occurrence that fans look forward to his little spectacle in whatever film he's in. One of the first of these delightful moments is his smooth villain routine in the spy comedy Charlie's Angels. As Eric Knox, he displays his full joy in being the bad guy with some clever footwork.
Weezy's in the back, sipping yak, yo, what's up?
Revenge is fun.
It's also easy to remember his quick-footed expo entrance as Justin Hammer in Iron Man 2. As you rewatch some of those earlier films, be sure to notice his less obvious character boogies. Number 4. Catherine Zeta-Jones, The Mask of Zorro.
I need to catch my breath. Dora is a very spirited dancer.
Catherine Zeta-Jones's character Elena in The Mask of Zorro is well remembered for a very vigorous sword fight. However, as previously alluded to, she and co-star Antonio Banderas showed off their on-screen chemistry with a sizzling paso doble. Before she started making films, Zeta-Jones performed as a child in the West End and studied musical theater. After her turn as Zorro's romantic interest, her dancing skills continued to serve her well.
They had it coming. They had it coming. They had it coming all along. I didn't do it, but if I done it, how could you tell me that I was wrong?
Her fierce numbers as the merry murderess Velma Kelly in Chicago earned her an Oscar for Best Supporting Actress. A spirited dancer indeed. Number 3. Zoe Saldana, Center Stage. Although Zoe Saldana trained in her early years as a dancer, she chose not to pursue her ballet dreams.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Luckily, she was able to live them out in her debut feature, Center Stage. Saldana showed off her talent playing an aspiring ballerina in this teen drama. Although she hasn't taken on another dancer role, the actress managed some pretty impressive hip-hop moves while dancing to No Scrubs on Lip Sync Battle. Gamora's graceful and fierce fighting in Guardians of the Galaxy also clearly reflects the dancer within. Number 2. Tom Holland, Lip Sync Battle. Not everyone knows that Tom Holland started his career on a West End stage in Billy Elliot the Musical.
It all started, I used to go to a street dance club and we did a show in White Lodge, the ballet school.
and the headmaster, he spotted me. He was like, we wanted to audition for Billy Elliot, and I was like, oh, fair dues. So, okay, I'll go for it.
As a preteen, he fully embraced the ballet and gymnastics training for his acting and singing debut. These spins and flips eventually helped him score the role of everyone's favorite friendly neighborhood superhero. Once the world knew him as Spider-Man, he stunned audiences with his lip-sync battle against co-star Zendaya.
I'm singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. What a glorious feeling, I'm happy again.
Holland began by demonstrating his best Gene Kelly moves to Singin' in the Rain. Soon enough, he traded suit for corset and channeled his inner Rihanna in order to make the biggest splash of them all. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Christopher Walken, weapon of choice. Christopher Walken has always been an instantly recognizable actor.
Do you know who I am, Mr. Wally?
His distinctive speech pattern and intense characters always steal the show. So it's no wonder Fatboy Slim decided to feature him as a solo act in the 2001 music video Weapon of Choice. Though Walken has dance training and had shown off his moves before, many didn't know about this skill of his and were blown away by his smooth grooving. It is 3 minutes of non-stop talent delivered with Walken's nonchalant intensity. At first, it's hard to believe that this is the same actor who played drug lord Frank White in King of New York. Then again, it really shouldn't be all that surprising. It's Christopher Walken! Which of these boogie down celebs surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments.
Make my body say,
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.